Okay, I just wanted to do a brief review of the HandTerm website development um, process. Uh, and this is on the, if you go to GitHub and search for HandTerm, I think it's the first one that comes up, this repo here. Or I could get, let's see, get remote V. And so there is the URL, or sort of URL for that's the Git URL, but you can get to the repo from there. Okay, so the general structure of the terminal, this is the terminal on the right hand side being displayed in simple browser. I just ran yarn dev to get this. So here we are, and we can use it. I can say toot. Let's see, do I have to say toot or tutorial? Okay, so TUT. And then I can go through the tutorial, and this will guide me through regular or the primary keystrokes of the home rows and some of the numbers. So this can be built out a little bit. This is what you're supposed to know before you start even attempting the game. And here is the game. And I've already gone through a few levels with the game. So speaking of gaffs, not doing very good with a regular keyboard at this. So that looks like that was 35 WPM. In any case, I want to go through the code that does those first things. If I type a wrong character here, we can see the SVG. And all the SVGs and all of the characters are over here. So these are every one of the characters. And let's see, I think key is the actual character. And it's upper or lower case because it's a case sensitive match, because I had to do some stuff with ASCII that hid. I guess it's because these are different SVGs. These are different keystrokes. So 76 is H. 576 is H with a shift in front. So 5 is the shift key if it includes others. And you'll learn those. I won't go through those right now, but every one of those is in this all chords. And the 576 is the name of the SVG file that gets displayed here. So but that should all be handled in here inside this chord TSX. This looks up the character and basically handles the whole thing within this functional component, this React functional component. So that's how the SVGs are displayed, but how do we get a tutorial? Well, the tutorials are for things that you haven't yet achieved. So let's see, I think if we go into the types here, there is an achievement type, and there's actually a list, an array of achievement types. So there's the achievement type. It's got a phrase, a prompt, a command. And starts at the top and just goes through this in order. So if anyone wants to add or modify one of the achievements, that'll just be, you'll just go in here and add a new achievement object. It has to fit this achievement type. It's got to have a phrase, a prompt, may or may not have a command. I'm not sure if command is implemented yet, because I think I added that as a for it's kind of a forward-looking thing where I'm trying to put some additional functionality into the achievements to handle stuff like, because play kicks us right into gameplay. And I'm not sure if we want to do that. I think also command might be available because I want to put backspace. So we'll have to, command is going to hold something like a word, and then you'll be able to backspace through it down to 0, something like that. That's not yet implemented in here, so we can just type out phrases without backspacing. This won't detect any backspace. That's the problem as it stands currently. And the place, the outer component, the outer React component that handles everything, is this HandTerm.tsx, which is a React old-fashioned component. It's not a functional component. This is like the first application that I built in React, and with the help of AI. So it, was not, there were some questions I asked which led the AI down, because I didn't know about React, kind of led it down the wrong path, and I ended up with a classic, like a class component in here, and that's this HandTerm. So probably this will probably be the next thing I sort of decompose into smaller pieces. But in any case, in here, this is how the achievements and commands and other things are handled. We run through the achievements, and one of the properties of the achievement type was completed or something like that. Let's go back there. This is responding a little slowly. Okay, so unlocked. So when it is unlocked, you've unlocked that achievement and you can move on to the next one. So every time you complete an achievement successfully, it records the WPM that it took you for that achievement, and it also updates the achievement to unlocked. And then you don't see it next time you come to the site. But when you type in tut in here, tut, so here is the tut command, and that will reset the unlocked state on all of the, it'll do a few things. Post it, save it. It'll do, let's see, what will it do? It sets states, changes the unlocked. In any case, it sets it back to where you have to run the tutorial again. So that's a brief overview of the tutorial, and the gameplay works in much the same way. Let's see, the game levels. think that's inside a game folder here. Level TSX, I think that might be it. Or it probably pull, oh yeah, these are all the levels. So this is a little more complicated than the tutorial because it involves the different levels that you pass through in the game, and I guess this doesn't really tell you about the types. Let's see. Somewhere in here is phrases. And the phrases is where you can add another game level. So these are the phrases right here. The phrases have a name, and every time you complete a phrase within the target, you can set a target WPM. And if you complete one of these phrases within the target, then this name of the phrase gets added to your achieved phrases, much like the tutorial, but it's slightly more complicated because each of them, because of the naming and the phrases are related to well, I guess the main thing is the phrases are only passed if you hit a certain WPM in the game. So it's similar, but a little more complicated in the game. So we can add new phrases here. We can build this out a little bit in complexity, and that should be a lot of fun. Currently, I'm not sure if death of the it looks like death is working, but the graphic isn't. There's no laying on the ground illustration, but even if I had one, the current art would loop like this. So I need a laying on the ground with only one image of the guy, and I don't think I have that currently from the provider. The art provider didn't provide a dead guy laying there, so maybe I have to make him disappear. But so he got attacked by a zombie and he died, and that's why he keeps looping like this. The zombie should loop around back to the beginning, but it looks like maybe the that looping part isn't functioning currently. Otherwise, we'd see the zombie walking slowly across the screen again. In any case, this it's a somewhat complex app right now. It could become more complex, and then maybe we'll have to break out the game into a separate thing or something like that. Currently it's working. We could definitely add several levels to this without changing anything. We could increase the complexity of the gameplay without adding much functionality, just by changing some of the code inside the game TSX right here, or inside the HandTerm, because a lot of what happens in the game is just a result of things that are typed in the HandTerm. .tsx. The HandTerm is pretty much where all of the text is typed in the gameplay area. Let's see if I type the right thing now. So I'm typing in the HandTerm, and then the game updates the canvas and the status of the characters. So that's just a brief first overview. I know some people wanted to contribute or talk about this. And I guess I should mention that the HandTerm is using XTerm, the at XTerm/XTerm version of the NPM package, which is apparently what VS Code uses down here in the terminal. So, it's a regularly used package, but provides us everything from this line down, whereas everything above this line is just HTML. And this is a canvas. These people are drawn on canvas. These backgrounds are not part of the canvas because too much CPU usage. It seems like I think you only need the background to be made out of canvas if you have, like we have parallax here, but it's just through divs that are moving, divs with background transparent images. But if we had like highly active background stuff, we'd need to put the background image in the canvas. Without that need, it seems to be faster just making a background images in the div. So that is a brief overview once again. And if there's, as we move forward, I'll have more updates as we get more questions about how this is implemented and how to run it locally. If you download it and you just run yarn and then run yarn dev, I believe it'll be up and running. Then you hit F5. I think I've checked in the, my mouse is moving a little slow here. I think I've checked in the VS Code launch here. So this should spin things up on your computer just like it does on mine, at least the top. I guess there's a Chrome launcher and a MS Edge launcher. I don't think the Android one works currently with connected Android devices, but that's where things are going. If you have any questions, put them in the comments, and I'd be glad to answer or just even discuss. Thanks for checking it out. Have a wonderful